So very good morning students. Welcome back second year physics. Actually we are discussing about a polarization. So of course we are in ending in this polarization. I would like to tell you about a polarization methods. So the reflection, refraction is in the previous class we finished, and I would like to tell you about in case of a polarization double refraction. So what is mean by double refraction? So the ray that is a source of light which is emitting a ordinary light. That ordinary light is consist of both the vibrations. One we can say double-headed arrow, and one more we can say dot component. Yes, we know double-headed arrow in the senses we can call as the pi components, and dot component is nothing but a sigma component. Sigma in the sense is the particles or the ray, in that ray the particles are vibrating perpendicular, and pi components are nothing but the particles which are vibrating parallel. So that the ordinary sources emits the light which is consist of both the vibrations, and here polarization is nothing but one should be omitted and another should be propagated, or one another should be passes through the crystal. When passes through the crystal, therefore in that crystal one of the vibration it is to be completely absorbed and other ray can be propagated. That we can call as the polarization. Polarization in the sense is it is the statement like the phenomena we can call as the polarization, and it is we can call as the PPL, that is a plane polarization. PPL, plane polarized light. I would like to tell you about a double refraction in case of a polarization. See, when the ordinary light, so that is consist of both the vibration, one we can say pi and one more we can say sigma. That's what double added arrow as well as the dot components are there. So when it is to be incident on the crystal, that you say calcite crystal, and therefore it is incident at an angle of I, that is the normal. At a normal it's make an angle I. When it is enters into a calcite crystal, therefore in this crystal it is the ray can be resolved into two. That is, one is a double headed arrow and one more we can say dot component. It is divided as to be two rays, and it is dot components are nothing but we can call as a ordinary ray, and a double headed arrow we can call as the extraordinary ray. So what is ordinary ray and what is extraordinary ray? See, ordinary ray is nothing but we can say it obeys the law of refraction. Very simple. Ordinary, it obeys the law of refraction. Very simple. I would like to tell you it is E ray. Both comparisons I'll tell you. Ordinary is nothing but it obeys law of refraction. Of course we know law of refraction in the sense is mu naught is equal to, or mu is equal to sin I by sin R. Sin I by sin R. In case of a law of refraction, you take as the ordinary ray which making an angle with the normal is R1. That ray, refracted ray making an angle, which one? Ordinary ray. And in case of a extraordinary ray which making an angle, it is the refraction is R2. Therefore, according to the refractive index mu, ordinary is equal to sin I. Of course, both the rays are making, the incident ray is making an angle I, and which is divided as two rays. No, one ray is ordinary, one more is extraordinary. Sin I by sin R1. R1 is nothing but ordinary ray, and another one E. E is nothing but extraordinary, that is sin I by sin R2, because the extraordinary ray making an angle R2. And coming to the second, it obeys the law of refraction, and in case of an extraordinary ray, it does not obeys. It does not obeys the law of refraction. It does not obey the law of refraction. And coming to the point is here, when the ray which passes through the crystal or inside the crystal, the speed is remains constant. In the crystal ordinary ray, the speed is remains constant. Of course the speed will be same in all directions, which we can take like this. In case of a extraordinary ray, the speed may be changes. It does not constant in all directions. See, this is about a ordinary and extraordinary ray, and usually we can say it is nothing but a ordinary and extraordinary. And here one more, the refractive index In a crystal, it is same in all directions. Crystal refractive index also same. But here in case of extraordinary refractive index, it is changes. Like it is nothing but we can call as a double refraction. Double refraction in the sense is light is divided as two. One is ordinary, one more is extraordinary. See, ordinary ray properties and extraordinary ray properties. Ordinary law of refraction obeys. It does not obey the law of refraction. And here speed is remains constant in all direction, but speed does not remains constant in all direction. And it is obeys the refractive index property, that is the refractive index is remains same in all directions. And whereas in case of extraordinary, the speed refractive index is it is does not constant, or it is maybe changes. Clear? This is about a ordinary and extraordinary rays related to the polarization constant. Clear? And coming to the next one, and the last one, that is about a polarides. I think you know polarides. The polarides are nothing but in general, say fourth one, it is the fourth one. First one is the reflection is over, refraction is over, and double refraction. And let us will move to the fourth case, that we can say about a polarides. Sir, what is mean by polarides? Polarides are nothing but it is a synthetic material. You remember, it is a synthetic material and it is made of with a polyvinyl alcohol. The material which is made of with a polyvinyl alcohol, and we can also call as a dichromism. So the fourth one we can also take as the dichromism. And coming to the point is, when unpolarized light is passes through the polarized sheets. I'll show you the polarized sheet. You take a polarized. Generally we can use the polarized to see the 3D films. See, to see the 3D films, that we can use it to see the 3D films by using the polarides. Not only that, we can also see the solar eclipse by using the polarides. These are the major uses in case of a polaroid. See, polaroid is nothing but you take it is made of with a polyvinyl alcohol. It is one polaroid. Clear? You say P1 it is. When the ray, it is consists of both the vibrations, parallel as well as the perpendicular vibrations. See, we can say when light is enters into the polaroid, therefore when it is enter into a polaroid P1, and therefore in case of a polaroid, it observes one component, that we can say dot component. It is to be completely observed. Dot in the sense is ordinary ray can be completely it is observed, and another ray which can be propagated, that is the extraordinary ray, will come out from the polaroid. Of course, this is about we can call as the polarized sheet. See, when unpolarized light is, it is incident on the polarized sheet. That is unpolarized is nothing but which consists of both the vibrations. One we can say parallel vibrations, and as well as another one we can say perpendicular vibration. When it is enters into a P1 or polarized sheet, therefore a dot component completely it is observed, and another component which can be propagated through the polaroid, and that we can say extraordinary ray will come out from the polaroid sheet. Extraordinary ray will come out. So this process which we can call as the polaroid sheet. Again we can also verify in the same way. You take another one we can call as it is a polaroid sheet, and it is an analyzer. Again we have to analyze whether it is the giving only one ray or not. We can say P2, it is an analyzer. When the extraordinary ray is propagated through the analyzer, again you rotate the polarizer. Therefore what happens, our polarized sheet, therefore the ray can be intensity decreases. So here you say it is an I naught is the intensity, right? And when rotated, therefore it is come out, the intensity slowly decreases, and again it is rotated in the same manner. Therefore the again intensity will be increases. At one point the intensity of a light is become 0. So this we can call as the polarides, and the polarides are nothing but we can say like this. It is a polyvinyl alcohol. It is made of with a synthetic material and made of with a polyvinyl alcohol. When the unpolarized light is propagated through the polarides, therefore that polarized sheet can be completely absorbs the ordinary ray, and which can be propagated the extraordinary ray. And therefore when extraordinary ray again it is propagated through the analyzer, therefore that analyzer also it can gives the same intensity of a light. So this is about a Polaroid related to the polarization and Polaroid case. And here in this case, let us we have one question on the basis of a Polaroid sheet. See, it is actually man-made by the Polaroid. It is a man-made because Polaroids are nothing but it is made by the man only. So in case of a Polaroid, there is a one question is there for 4 marks. Same you take. See, again you take a question will be Polaroid sheet is rotated between two crossed Polaroids. Between two crossed polarized. See, let us you take a Polaroid sheets. On the basis of this, again we have to derive an expression, intensity of a light based on the Malus theory. See, Polaroid sheet side heading will be, see right here, Polaroid sheet is rotated between two crossed Polaroids. So let us you take a source, the source which is emitting the ray like this, like it is. So that the ray which is consist of both the rays, ordinary as well as the extraordinary, when it is propagated through the Polaroid sheet, you say P1 it is, and you take as the, it is a perpendicular like this, the ray will come out from this and it is gives the intensity of a light. You say it is a I naught is the intensity of a light is coming out from the Polaroid. Therefore, another Polaroid is which is rotated. See, it is an original, we can say the Polaroid, and it is rotated at an angle theta. Now it is rotated at an angle theta with the original one. So the ray will come out from this. See, according to the Malus theorem, I naught cos square theta. Shall I take like this? And again, this is again it is rotated. Is a, you say P2. And there again it is to be rotated. Let us, it is a original one, the ray will come. See, it is rotated an angle of pi by 2 minus theta. So that the intensity you say it is I know, then you say it is I1 is equal to I into cos square theta by 2. So the light is coming out from the polarizer, or we can say when rotated like this, therefore the ray will come out like this. See, intensity will be you take as I1 is equal to I into cos square theta, right? We can say it is cos theta by, this is pi by 2 minus theta, I am sorry to say. So that it is a pi by 2 minus theta. Of course, I we know, here you write I is nothing but a I naught cos square theta and cos square pi by 2 minus theta. But we know cos square pi by 2 minus theta is nothing but a, we can say according to the trigonometry identity, it is we can say sin square theta. Simple you write here. Therefore, I1 is equal to I naught into cos square theta and sin square theta. So this is the final expression of the light is coming out from the rotated crossed polarites. See, when rotated through an angle pi by 2 minus theta, the intensity will be I1 is equal to I of cos square pi by 2 minus theta, because it is rotated through an angle pi by 2 minus theta. Let us, sin square theta is there, no, then this you take as rationalized with 2. Therefore, we will get the final expression I1 is equal to I naught by 2 into sin square theta cos square theta into 2. So I1 is equal to I naught by 2 into 2 sin square theta cos square theta is nothing but it is actually we can write like this, sin square 2 theta by 2. So I1 is equal to I naught by 4 into sin square 2 theta. This is the final expression. See, this is related to what? It is completely related to the Polaroid sheets and polarization. So this is the very clear information related to the Polaroids, and Polaroid sheets is rotated between the two crossed. Actually, it is for 4 marks. See, of course, it is deleted our from our this 2020 because of this corona and etc. Some topics are deleted. No problem. You go through this concept. Clear? This is about a Polaroid and a Polaroid sheets related to the concept of a polarization. Clear? See, on this basis, again I would like to tell you about a problems. Coming to the point is, on the basis of polarization, see, I would like to tell you from this chapter, because almost the chapter is over, on the basis of wave optics. So let us I'll give you the conclusion problems. So let us we have some problems on the basis of polarization as well as reflection, reflection, etc. So let us, we'll see the problems here. So the page number 80 from our material, there are some very short answer questions are there. That is, what is the Fresnel's distance? Yes, of course it is over. You go through that question. And question number 2, give the justification for valid of ray optics. In the very beginning I told you the ray optics validity. And third one, what is the polarization of light? Of course. What is the Malus law? Yes, of course. I is equal to I naught or cos square theta. That is over. And explain the Brewster's law. Yes, of course. It is mu is equal to tan I or tan IP or tan theta P. Your wish. Anyone you see? What does a monochromatic beam of light incident on a refractive surface gets completely transmitted? Yes, it is also over. And short answer questions are there in this chapter, that you go through that. And let us coming to the next one. So here the thing is, yes, page number 90, there is a question on the basis of Brewster's law. Yes, I'll tell you that question. Then after we'll see another problems on the basis of this wave optics, because today I want to finish this chapter. So there are 2-3 problems are there on the basis of this Brewster's law, as well as other also is there. We'll see. So the problems, page number, page number 90, question number 3.8. Page number you take, it is 90, question number 3. Look at it. What is the Brewster angle for a air to glass transaction? See, what is the Brewster angle is asking. You say IP or you say tan theta P. So there is a refractive index is given as 1.5. But we know mu is equal to tan IP or you say tan theta P. There is a 1.5 mu given, then tan of, that is we can say IP. Very simple question, right? Therefore IP is equal to tan inverse of, it is 1.5. But we know this value of tan, no? So that you write here 15 by 10 we can. So it is 3 by 5. Because here we should take in a calculation should be very smart. Tan inverse of 3 by 5 is nothing but approximately IP is equal to 53 degree. Because 3 by 5 in the sense is we can say the value of 3 by 5, it is a 53 degree. Of course, in our material is given as 56.3. Yes, you take as 56.3 degree also, no problem. Right? So this is the one problem on the basis of Brewster's law. Once I'll check other problems. Yes, there is another one is there, 3.9 question number, the same page number. There is a different problem, it is 3.9 question, same page number. A light of wavelength, see 5000 angstroms fall on a reflecting surface. What are the wavelength and the frequency of a reflected, yes, what are the wavelength is asking, as well as the frequency also asking. Yes, you take the given data. So there is a wavelength is given, the wavelength of a light is given as lambda is equal to 5000 angstroms when it is incident on the reflecting surface. Okay, so here the given is here it is given in angstroms, no? Then you convert, I mean to say it is given in angstroms. So you convert into meters, that is 5 into 10 power 3 into 10 power minus 10 meter. So that lambda is equal to 5 into 10 power minus 7 meter it is. This is the value of lambda. And here what is the angle of incident, and is the reflected ray normal to the incident ray? Is it normal to the incident ray is asking. So first of all we should find out a frequency. V is equal to actually n lambda, n is equal to V by lambda or C by lambda. C is nothing but a velocity of a light. Of course we know 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second it is, right? 3 into 10 power 8. So here you write n is equal to 3 into 10 power 8 by, here it is 5 into 10 power minus 7. So to take the simplification, approximately we may get it is 6 into 10 power 14 hertz. This is the frequency of a light which is entering into the reflecting surface. As well as is asking another one, it may obey the for what angle of incident is the reflected ray normal to the incident ray. So he's asking what angle is, so that you say incident angle, second one I plus R is equal to 90, but you say I is equal to R. No, in case of a reflection, angle of incident is equal to angle of refraction. So you take as I plus I is equal to 90, so 2I is equal to 90, then I is equal to 90 by 2, so that it is 45 degree, right? This is about a angle of incident is 45 degree, therefore the reflected ray is normal to the incident ray, so which is, it is related to the like this, right? And there is another question is there on the basis of the same. Let us see the question. Estimate the distance for which a ray optics is good approximation for an aperture of 4 mm. Yes, so there is a question given. So the aperture size is given, that is the diameter, or we can say size of the aperture, in the sense is aperture is nothing but a lens or obstacle, like that. Yeah. Look at the thing. See, there is a question 3.10. 3.10, page number will be 91. So the given is estimate the distance for which a ray optics is good approximation for an aperture size. That is the size of the aperture 4. It is mm, millimeter is given. A is equal to 4 into 10 power minus 3 meter. You should convert. And the wavelength is given as 400 nanometer. So nanometer in the sense is 400 into 10 power actually minus 9. It is meter. So it is becomes 4 into 10 power minus 7 meter. So one now we know both size and as well as the which one, it is wavelength is given. According to the Fresnel, you write here a Fresnel, Fresnel distance, or it is equal to a square by lambda, or you say ZF is equal to a square by lambda. This is already we know in the very beginning. I told you this expression. ZF is equal to a is given as 4 into 10 power minus 3 whole square by lambda will be 4 into 10 power minus 7. So ZF is equal to 16 into 10 power minus 6 by 4 into 10 power minus 7. You cancel 1 because it is becomes plus 4 ones 4 fours. ZF is equal to 4 into 10 power 10. So ZF is equal to 40 meter. This is the approximation will be like this. It is approximation is up to distance is 40 meter for given a aperture is the ray optics is good, because is asking approximation is good or not. Yes, of course it is good for 40 meters. Up to 40 meter it is good. Then after it may not be good, right? So these are the questions related to the wave optics. Once you go through the all questions which are given in our material, and as well as I told you all problems. So suppose you refer these questions, right? Right. There is another question is there on the Fresnel distance only. For a distance is ray optics is good approximation for the aperture is 3 mm wide and the wavelength of 500 nanometer. So which was given, this is given in the page number, I think it is 79. Page number 79. There is a question on the basis of same. This is 7th question. Look at 7th question. Again the aperture size is given. A value is given as 3 mm here. So you take into 3 into 10 power minus it is 3 meter, right? Size of the aperture is given and the wavelength also given is 500 nanometer. So you take into 500 into 10 power minus 9, because 1 nanometer is equal to 10 power minus 9 meter. So 5 into 10 power minus 7 it is. So is it a good approximation? Is asking again ZF is equal to a square by lambda. So a is nothing but 3 into 10 power minus 3 whole square by lambda will be 5 into 10 power minus 7. So 9 by 5 into 10 power minus 6 into 10 power 7. So one cancel. So ZF is equal to 90 by 5. So it is approximately 45 it is. Right? I'm sorry to say 18 meter it is. Extremely sorry, 18 meter. Up to 18 meter it is good for approximation for the given data. Clear? And here coming to the another question is there on the same page number. See, same page number, there is another question is there about a telescope related. See, telescope related problem is there. See, telescope related. Question number 6, the same page number, question number 6. Telescope related resolution. For the resolution, page number, question number 6. See, coming to the assume that the light of wavelength is given, lambda is equal to wavelength of light is 6000 angstroms. Okay, you convert into angstroms into 10 power minus 10 meter. So lambda is equal to, it is 6 into 10 power the given is minus 3, it is a 7, it is meter. Suppose you want to write in centimeter, of course 6 into 10 power minus 5 centimeter, your wish. You want to take in meters or you want to take in a centimeters also, no problem. So the resolution of a telescope whose objective diameter is given. The diameter is nothing but here 100 inches telescope, right? So that in inches is given. So 100 inch of telescope you take like this, it is equal to 2a, that is equal to 100 inch. So here it is approximately becomes what happens, it is 1 inch is equal to 254 centimeters. So a will be what happens, if you take like this, it is will be 127, it will come, right? It is because you divide with, so 100 inches is equal to 250, you write otherwise 2a is equal to, because 100 inches is equal to 254 centimeters. So you write here 254. So a is equal to 254 by 2. It is approximately 127 centimeters. Now we know size, aperture also we know is asking what now? What is asking? What is the limit? Limit is asking. So delta theta is equal to, limit will be 0.61 lambda by a. So delta theta is equal to 0.61 lambda into wavelength is given 6 into 10 power minus 5 centimeter. Here also 127. If you take the simplification and calculation, we may get 2.9 into 10 power minus 7 radian, because it is a theta. So we should get like this. So these are the questions on the basis of ray optics and validity questions. Clear? So this given in the page number 79 page number, and go through the questions so that it is the chapter is finished, and we'll see in the with next chapter, with a new chapter. We'll meet in the next chapter and the next class. Thank you very much.